Yeah, this is my feeding mechanism. I'll just show you this first, that this does have a, sorry, I made this myself. I had to make this because it didn't come with this when I bought it, but it was spares or repairs this printer. But this bolts or pushes on this white plastic thing here, and it can move it about, say, 2 millimeters at the most, forward or backwards against the filament, which goes against the hot bolt that this is almost part of behind here. I'll show you inside anyway. Oh, by the way, if you see this, that's just a piece of cardboard, because I am waiting for a stepper driver. I've been waiting far too long really, but that's beside the point to a certain extent. So I was trying this stepper here, this extruder stepper, off the y-axis, and it just makes too much noise. I think it's the whole frame sort of reverberates and amplifies the noise of the stepper, so I tried putting a piece of card in there just to try and deaden any sound. Let me unplug this if I can. So I'll show you inside. Where are we? So this is looking inside there. You might see the hot bolt there. So that white thing there, when that bolt is, see there's a locking nut, sort of captive nut there. As you're screwing that in or out, it'll move that white part and press against the filament to squeeze it hard or not so hard against that hot bolt to grip it. I haven't really tried any filament feeding with this, but what I wanted to show you was actually, so that hooks on here, and this originally came, I think it was hooked on the other side, but when it's hooked on the other side, this carriage, the wide carriage, will come up and there's a bracket on it, it'll unhook it. What's the point of that? Absolutely stupid. Anyway, it has this sort of mechanism here. And that goes, slides in. Presumably you'll have to have it lined up, and that's going to the Bowden Tube up here. But what I found is actually, I was experimenting with it, is that this is 3mm filament. What I found is it's quite awkward to feed it into here. First of all, you need to make sure that the filament, and this can be bent a bit, is reasonably straight, especially when it's coming off the spool. It can be bent obviously quite a bit. And then I have to slide it up here. Let me move you around. So I have to slide it up here, and then I have to get straight up, see that's missed, up to where the Bowden sort of tube comes from. And that's gone in there now, but as I push up it sticks. And what's happening is the edge of the filament here is actually catching, I think, against the Bowden, the bottom of the Bowden tube. So you can take it out of here, and if I try to thread it up there, yes it will go, but like there, it's sticking there. And I do have a bit of an angle on this filament, so it's not cut totally straight. I was hoping that would get past this problem here. So I'll just show you that. See, that's sticking, and if I fiddle about with it, yes, it can get past there and probably move all right. Now I have already loosened this, so it's not too bad. It's not this part here that's causing the problem. It's actually this pressure valve. Now, as far as I know, these are like air pressure, well, gas pressure valves, but I thought it was the bottom of this Bowden tube. So I'm going to show you this trick if I can get this off. Now these can be very difficult to get off because they are for gas pressures, I think, because it has teeth on here that will, and I'm pushing up a bit first. That might be the trick, is push up a little bit first, have it pressed down, push up a little bit first, and then pull it down. And you can probably see the groove in the Bowden tube, how much it sort of grips on here. So here is the pressure valve. And there are some teeth almost in here. There are almost some teeth in here that grip on the tube. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to get a countersinking bit, and I'm going to drill up inside here just to give a bit of a bevel so it doesn't have this like flat edge to catch against. So this is the drill I'm going to use. Sometimes I call this a Tommy Walsh drill, because I once seen Tommy Walsh say throw these type of drills out. He is talking rubbish, I can tell you, because with a drill like this you can literally turn, you know, a tiny bit if you need to. You have a lot of control as opposed with any sort of battery driven electric drills or anything. Anyway, I'm basically just going to put this countersink bit there up the head of here and give it a reasonable few turns, not pressing too hard here. Let me have a look at this. I think I'll try and show you this if I can. So I think I'll give it a few more turns. Maybe press a little bit harder this time. So I do it like this so you can see. It's very hard for me to do here because obviously I've got the tripod right here. Just having a look now, and I think that'll do actually. So that just gives a bit of a chamfer there. So I don't think it's going to stick onto that. At least that eliminates the Bowden tube, possibly catching on the edge of the Bowden tube, from being a problem. So, while using my Dremel, I got another like tapered grindstone and I ground this out. Now you have to be very, very careful doing that. Keep it cool with plenty of water, because I did soften mine up a bit, this blue, because that's just plastic, that thing there. But I think I'm hoping that'll work alright. I might have to loosen it. So there's quite a chamfer on this edge now. Hopefully you can see that. I'm worried about that blue thing. But I'm just going to put it back together and we'll see how that does now. Right, let's try this. That went in very easily indeed. It's almost too good to be true actually. Obviously it needs clipping on the side before we can give it a definitive test, but I would say that cutting that like pressure valve release mechanism out a bit with it, grinding the edge with a grindstone, a tapered grindstone. That gives it a chamfer on the edges for the edge of the filament not to catch against as it's going up. Keep it cold though, vitally important. Okay, it's quite soft metal this. I think it's only aluminium, well, relatively speaking, compared with this. This is looks like hardened steel or something, this other part. So I'm going to clip it back up and we'll see if it's any better than it was. Okay, I'll put the feeding mechanism back on the side, slide that in there. Let's see if it's any easier. Yes, that's gone straight up there. I don't know how well you can see that, but I can see the shocking pink plastic going up there. No problems with that one. I do have a chamfer on this one. Oops. That's it. Try again. Yes, that's gone up again. No problems. Try one more time for luck, he says. And again, it's gone up straight away. No problems there. So you might see the pinkish colour just about through the Bowden tube there. And that goes in a lot easier for those few times I've tried there. So I would say that is the best way to do it, is take the pressure valve off and grind just the edge with a tapered grindstone. Being careful, do not let it get too hot, keep it cold, otherwise you're going to melt the plastic blue part and that'll cause damage obviously, and that will probably sort that problem out if you're having it. Okay, I'm pleased with that. I think that does the job. Try one more. Can't even see where it is. Oh yes, that's going into the tube. Take it out, take it all the way out. This isn't the best idea of feeding, but once I get past this like part here where the hob bolt is, it seems okay. And that part was missing off when I got the printer, so I made some out of cardboard. I do a different video about that. And that's gripping that. I can feel that gripping, although this bolt may need a bit of adjustment there.